Hello there, Lunar Squadron, and welcome back to the channel as we finally have some news to talk about in regards to LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, as some news has come out over the last few days ranging from being nominated for a game award all the way to perhaps the actual file size for the game. It's been a pretty exciting week, so before we jump into this discussion, we have a brief message from our official sponsor, Bosk. Please stand by for a word from our official sponsor.
Your death will bring great profit.
Thanks, Bosk. Now let's get into this big news update. Now, just a few days ago, the 2021 nominees for the Golden Joystick Awards were revealed by gamesradar in an article, and LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga found itself on that list of nominees, and it has been nominated for the most wanted game. Now, this is very interesting because it finds itself among some very heavy hitters in the gaming world. Other games that were nominated for this award are God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Halo Infinite, GTA 5 Enhanced Edition, Skate 4, Elden Ring, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, Pokemon Legends, Starfield, and Gotham Knights. These are some pretty big hitters in the upcoming gaming world, and to see LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga amongst them is a pretty cool thing, and it really shows how wanted this game is by the community. Now, to be honest with you, I did not think this game was wanted that much outside of our little community that we have here when it comes to LEGO Star Wars, but it is very cool to see how much the gaming world wants to see this game come. Now, when you take a look at previous winners when it comes to the Golden Joystick Awards for this award, there's some pretty interesting games that are on this list. In 2020, the untitled God of War sequel, which we now know is called God of War Ragnarok, won this award. And then looking back at 2019 and 2018, actually, Cyberpunk 2077 won this award, which is pretty ironic that that game won it back-to-back years, and then we all know how that game released. And another funny thing that I saw when I was looking through previous winners for this event was that in 2016, CD Projekt Red won Studio of the Year, which obviously was for the Witcher game, but now just knowing what we know about that company, it's just kind of funny and ironic to see some of these awards that were handed out over the last few years. Now, what is the Golden Joystick Awards? It is actually recognized as the second oldest game awards behind the Arcade Awards, and it was originally voted on by the British public, but it has been expanded to the online community, which is exactly what we are seeing with the 2021 nominees, as voting is open online until November 5th, and like I said, the winners will be revealed during a ceremony on November 23rd. Now, another thing that is interesting to note about the Golden Joystick Awards is in the past there have been some game reveals and trailers at the event, so if you are thinking about that, which obviously I know Andreas and I automatically thought about that, because anytime there's an event, there is the potential for trailers, but I don't think LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga will have a trailer at that event. I was going through the 2020 awards ceremony, and there was nothing really that significant that was revealed or showed off at this event. So I don't think LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga will have a trailer. So don't get your hopes up for that, but you never know, things could change. Just like gamescom, we found out just a few days before. And of course, we have the Game Awards coming in December, so there's still the potential for a trailer to come for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, but it's not something I would expect at this point in time. Now, the last piece of news that I want to talk about is this picture that is circulating on social media, which appears to show the file size for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga on the Xbox Series S. Now, if this picture is true, this is significant for a couple different reasons. First, because we have already seen a picture that has circulated from Xbox that showed the file size at 52 gigabytes. Now this is showing it at 81.45. That is a 30 gigabyte difference, which is you're operating in a whole different universe when you're talking about 30 gigabytes. So what is true here? Are we talking about 52 gigabytes or are we talking about 81 gigabytes? Because that is a big difference. So I'm very interested to see if one of these file sizes turns out to be true. Now, another reason that this file size is significant is how is this game going to run on the Nintendo Switch if this is the file size that is necessary to run on these mainline consoles? Are they going to have to make sacrifices on the Nintendo Switch version to cut the file size down so that it can run comfortably on the Nintendo Switch? Or are they simply just going to force you to take up a significant amount of your storage on the Nintendo Switch? Kind of like how Call of Duty and Activision does with games like Cold War on PS5 and Xbox. If you take a look at the file sizes for that, when you have that game in Warzone fully downloaded, you're pretty much taking up 50%, if not more, of your overall storage on your solid state or hard drive at that point. So is that something that TT Games is going to make us do on the Nintendo Switch? Are we going to have to take up half of our storage to play this game? Or, like I said, are they going to make sacrifices to cut the file size down? Or are they going to be able to magically put all of the great content that this game will feature on the Nintendo Switch at a more compressed file? It raises a lot of interesting questions and a lot of thought about how, again, this game is going to run on Nintendo Switch. So I know Andreas and I are very eager to see how this will play out on Nintendo Switch. It's probably going to be the most interesting aspect of this game when it releases, is just that overall Nintendo Switch performance. So if this picture that is circulating turns out to be true, which there's no reason to believe that this is a fake picture or anything, I think the big concern here is whether or not the file size is something that is accurate or not, or just a number that was thrown up on the Xbox store and it turns out not to be true. Again, this number and the previous number of 52 gigabytes have not been confirmed by Xbox, TT Games, WB Games, or anybody. So at this point, it is still pure speculation, but nevertheless, it is very interesting to see these file sizes that are coming up on the store, because if this game does turn out to be 81 gigabytes, that is a massive game. That is huge. This is going to be a huge game if this is a true file size, because if you take a look at other previous LEGO games, we're talking about like 16 gigabytes at the most for those games. So now we're talking about 81 gigabytes. Like, we're operating in a whole different universe when it comes to LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga and its overall size, scope, content, and just how deep of a game it is. So I really hope that this number turns out to be true. Of course, I don't want to take up more of my solid state storage space or anything like that and run out of storage, but seeing a file size of this magnitude is pretty exciting for what we think this game might be able to accomplish, because we think this game is going to be special when it releases, and a file size of this magnitude, like I said, really makes you start to think what kind of content they will be having for us in this game when it releases, hopefully in the spring of 2022. Alright guys, well there you have it. There is the big news update this week for LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Let us know what you think down below in the comments. Should this game, or will this game, win the Most Wanted Game award at the Golden Joystick Awards, or will God of War Ragnarok take it home once again? Let us know what you think about this supposed file size. Do you think this is accurate? Do you think this is too big, too small? Are you concerned like we are about its ability to run on the Nintendo Switch? There's all kinds of questions going around out there about this game and these file sizes, so let us know what you think down below in the comments. Questions, concerns, all of that. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for me. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you all next time.